All right, listen, we're all here. I know why you're here. We want to learn how to make some money. All right. My credentials are on the screen. I think it's important to know that I've managed a couple of trading desks. Why is that important to you? My job was to make sure the people on my desk were profitable, gang. All right. When they'd sit down, I'd have to give them the formulas and the tools and make sure at the end of the day, the week, the month, they were making money. All right. So if that was my job doing that, then what I want to do is act as if you're on my desk today. Okay. I know how to do this. I'm going to show it to you. All right. We'll go live in the market. We're going to do all Forex. Okay. Fact of the matter is, market's open. We're going to go trade it. I'm going to convey a ton of information, so I really hope you have a fresh sheet of paper and a pen handy. I'm not going to have to convince you of anything. All right, I'm going to show this to you, and if it makes sense, we'll give you a shot at trying it out and see if it works for you. All right, I'm at the Market Traders Institute, just so you know. All right, this is a 70,000 square foot facility here in Orlando, Florida. We've been training Forex traders for the last 22 years. We got about 30,000 of them that have gone through our program. Longest track record in the business. Most trained students. We get all the press because of that. There's Inc. magazine. They call us one of the fastest growing companies of any kind in the world. I always think it's fun when we get talked about at the same time they talk about Microsoft, okay? But here's the thing. You got to know what you're doing if you're trading the Forex because of what this says, okay? What does it say? If you don't know what you're doing, you can lose money. I think that's obvious. My guess is that you got a low tolerance for risk. That's okay. All right. My guess is you don't have a whole lot of room for error. That's okay too. All right. Let me do this in a way that makes sense. Let's go capture some upside. All right. And we'll make sure we're protected the whole time on the downside. This market's actually built for your success. That's why I get such a kick out of showing it to people. All right. I'm going to turn you into a Forex trader in about an hour. You're going to know more about making money over here than 99% of the people on this planet. And I'm pretty confident, all right, that what I'm going to show you, all right, you haven't seen it before, because if you had, you'd probably already be doing it. All right. If you're not a Forex trader already, you'll be talking like one by the time we're done. I'm going to put a piece of software on your desk, and I hope you write down the name of this, okay? Proprietary piece of software. We call it the ultimate charting software. Kind of a fun name. All right, we've developed that over the last 22 years. We put over $1 million into it, and I'm going to show it to you live, okay? I'm going to teach you a formula that you're going to marry to that. It's not a secret, okay? It's just a formula, a series of steps that you're going to follow. That was discovered by the president of our company, okay, to not only help him to make money, but also it's the formula we've built this company on for the last 22 years. And when all is said and done, if I do my job right, you're going to be prepared to trade with us, okay, not just with anybody, but with the traders here at the Market Traders Institute. And like I said, we're going to go live, okay? If you don't have an account open, I'll show you how to do that. Fact of the matter is we're going to trade the euro, the Australian, and the pound while we're here today, okay? Put it all together, you can get started doing this, and the best part of what I get to tell you is you'll be able to put it to the test, take advantage of it, all risk-free to you financially. Okay, so with that in mind, I want to show you something, all right? Your timing when it comes to this market, the Forex, probably couldn't be any better. I want to show you this chart right here, right? This is a chart on the Great British Pound. Now, a lot of people, the minute they see this chart, they see this big down bar, and they think that's the Brexit, right? When Great Britain voted to leave, the pound fell out of bed. You all remember that. Well, guess what? This isn't a chart of the Brexit. It's actually a chart from the last time the pound got clobbered, okay? That was January of 2015 when the Swiss bank did something just about as crazy as the Brexit, and the pound fell out of bed, dropped about 3,000 pips in one day. All right, some of you remember that. Why is this important to you? Gang, it wasn't the event itself, okay, that was important to traders. It's what came right after the event. All right, over the next 39 days after this big colossal event, what we were privy to was probably the best trading environment in the last 10 years. The subsequent 39 days gave us a huge opportunity. And the neat part of all this conversation is this formation, all right, this same thing right now is happening again on the pound, and not just on one pound pair, okay, with that formation. I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So if you've been waiting for the right time to kind of do something with this market, waiting for some big opportunity to come along, I can't make it any plainer than this, okay? If this is anything like the last go-round, we're talking about, even if it only moves by half, maybe $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 worth of opportunity in the next 3 weeks. All right. My dumb question for you is, and I'm hoping that you're still with me here and can type an answer in the box. I don't know if I could show you how to make $30,000 today. Will you hang out with me for an hour? If you would, type a yes in the box and we'll go. We'll just get the ball rolling. All right. Good. Thank you. Good. Right? Yeah. If I can, Joe, show us the money. Right? That's why we're here. Okay. I know you set this hour aside. Right? You're hanging here at the end of a long day. But hang with me because I know where you're coming from. Okay, we're all looking for that thing. If this is it for you, then this is going to be worth every minute of your time. I know I've got the right market because this market gives you every available advantage. All right, because it's leverage, you don't have to bring a lot of money. Stock market, you need $25,000 in your account to meet the margin requirements and Rule 25. Right? In this market, $2,000. Okay, if you've got $2,000 in capital that you can slide over here from your options or your futures or your stock account, you can make a whole lot of noise over here. Okay, I'll even show you, if you just want to dip your toe in the water, how you can trade this market with $200 and still make a lot of noise, still make it worth your while. All right, it's liquid, it's open round the clock. Both of those things are going to lower your risk. All right, you're going to be able to move in and out of this market 1 second or less, and it trades through every price. Write that down. Okay, any market that has those characteristics, it's almost like if we drew it up from a blank sheet of paper, right, this is what we'd want. Well, that's what the Forex is going to give you. All right, upside, we're going to talk about it because that's the fun part. The downside, I'll protect you the whole time. All right, I've got to do this in a way that makes sense to you because you don't need bells and whistles, right? You need something that you can sink your teeth into. Well, the best part about this market is in about 5 minutes, I can get you prepared to trade it. Okay, new people, you want to just pay attention a little extra closely. If you got a little experience, please bear with me a minute. Let me get everybody kind of singing off the same sheet of music, all right? And I'm going quickly so that we can get down to the meat and potatoes, all right? In this market, if you know your major currencies, they're on the screen, the Canadian, the Euro, the Pound, the Yen, the Swiss, and the Australian. If you know those, you're 90% of the way there already. Okay, yes, there's other currencies. We got the New Zealand and the Mexican peso and so forth. But if you know your majors, this is where I want to build your foundation, okay? 90% of your trading is going to go right through these 6. We can get fancy with some of the other ones a little bit later, all right? And if you understand by looking at it what this is, okay? Oh, all right, go back to that screen. You're writing it down. All right, Canadian, Euro, Pound, Yen, Swiss, and Australian, okay? All right, if you know what an exchange rate is, then you're speaking the Forex language, all right? What do we know about exchange rates? As soon as you look at this information, if you know that you can exchange €1 for the US dollar at that exchange rate, at the going rate, then you're right there, okay? Any of you that have been traveling, this is probably familiar to you, all right? We're always going to talk about exchange rates because that is what we're going to be trading. That's our price, all right? Now, most of the time, we always talk about markets in dollars and cents. Currency market, little different, all right? All we're going to do is go a little further to the right, to the last 2 decimal places, all right? These are called the pips, stands for price interest point, and in this market, we're going to look to capture as many pips as possible, all right? Tiny movements in the exchange rate, all right? The exchange rate's moving up and down. If you got a weak currency, it's going to move down. If you got a strong currency, it's going to move up, all right? Let's say the euro is strong. And let's say that strength leads the exchange rate to go from 110.35 to 110.85. Well, that's a difference of 50 pips. There they are, 3rd and 4th decimal. Now you know where to find them. So the last thing I need to tell you about before we go do some trading is what you're going to be trading. Now, in this market, we trade in lots. Write that down. LOTS is lots. Okay, just like in the options or futures market, you trade a contract, right? Stock market, you trade a share. Currency market, you're going to trade lots. And anytime you're buying or selling a currency position, you're going to be moving a position, a lot of currency that's worth $100,000. All right, let me make sense out of this number, and then we'll get going. All right, in the old days of currency trading, if you wanted to even get started, it used to be that you had to put in a $100,000 deposit. It was very capital intensive. Now it's different. All you're going to have to do is open up a currency trading account, all right, an online account. Take you about 5 minutes to do it. You're going to make a deposit into that account. The broker that you work with is going to match your deposit 50 to 1. That's where the leverage comes from, okay? And it's that leverage that gets you in the game. Your deposit times 50, 100,000, that's one lot of currency. So now you see how it works, all right? The broader point is this. You need the broker to give you the leverage. The nice part is they do it, all right? Why? That's just how this works. Now, most people say, no, 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 no. Why do they give you the leverage? Okay, good question. Here's the answer. They do have a dog in the fight. It's called the spread. Okay, jot that in your notes. For providing you the leverage, the broker's going to collect from you on every trade that you do between 1 and 3 pips. All right, it's like a tip, it's like a toll, it's like a commission, whatever you want to call it. All right, we call it the spread. They collect their 1 to 3 pips, they give you the leverage, and that gets you on the road. Now, 1 to 3. I know for traders, they want to know, is it 1 or is it 3? Okay, it depends on the currency that you're trading. If you're trading the euro, it might be 1 pip. You're trading the pound, it might be 2 pips. Okay, trading the yen, it might be 2.5. All right. The key is you're going to pay that little toll. That's going to get you on the road. So now, guess what? You're ready to do some trading. Joe, we've been here 5 minutes. I know, but it's easy. Okay. You want to put this together and do your first trade. I'm here to tell you that you're going to learn the most by doing it. All right. Everybody wants to think we can learn about trading from a book. You can learn about trading from a book about as well as you can learn how to ride a bike from a book. Okay. You learn how to ride a bike by getting on the darn thing. That's my best analogy. Okay. You make sure you got somebody there holding on to the bike while you're getting your balance. Okay. Putting your muscle memory together. But once you have it together, you just ride the darn bike to where you want to go, and you don't forget how. Okay, so let me get you on the bike. Let's do your first trade. Might as well trade the pound because that's the one that's in the news. Okay, let's say you're going to do your first trade on the pound. You're going to go ahead and buy 1 lot of it. All you got to do is go to an online trading account. All right, I opened this one at a group in Canada called Oanda. All right, that's an international group of Forex. All right, there's a couple of them. You got Forex.com, they're the biggest. You got FXCM, they're out of New York, right? New York Stock Exchange listed. No matter where you are, you're in Malaysia, you're in Australia, you're in the UK, you're in Canada or the States, you can open an account with one of those groups. All right, they send you a download link for the platform. Boom, you got it right on your desk. Okay, now what are you going to do here? Well, let's take a tour. Over here, you got your currencies. All right, there's the euro, the pound, the Australian, the yen, the Canadian, and so forth. Okay, in the center, you got your chart. All right, this is the Great British Pound on the 1 minute. Let me make that a 5 minute to give us a little bit of a better picture. Okay, and up here, you got your scorecard for your live trades. Watch how easy this is. Okay, all I'm going to do is come over here to the pound, right? I got a sell button and a buy button. Let me click the buy button. Okay, there's the buy button. And an order ticket pops up. I fill out the ticket, all right, and then I hit submit, and things happen pretty fast. Okay, let me fill this order ticket out with 100,000 units. That's a 1 lot trade of currency. Okay, soon as I hit submit, boom, in 1 second or less, okay, my trade is executed. There it is. All right, automatically what's happened? Up here I see it in my scorecard. There's the pound, there's my 100,000, right? That's my 1 lot currency. I've paid my toll, right? My commission, whatever you want to call it. And now this little triangle shows that I'm in this trade. Okay, it was really just that simple. And if you can handle that part mechanically, then you know what to do, at least in terms of the basics. So now we can get the ball moving forward just a little bit, and we can talk about opportunity. All right, what did you do in your trade? You did a 1 lot trade. You had 2,000 of your own money in it. Broker matched it 50 to 1. That's 1 lot, 100,000. Let's say, just as an example, okay, the trade you're in works out. Let's say it goes up while you're in it by 60 of those pips. There they are, 3rd and 4th decimal place. All right. Well, if your trade goes up by 60 pips, how much do you stand to make on your $2,000 investment? You just do the math. All right. 1 lot times 60 pips, you're making $600 on your $2,000 investment. Not too bad. Here's the most important thing. It's those pips, okay? It's those pips. How much are they worth, all right? If it took you 60 pips to make $600, all you got to do there to figure this out is some quick math. What do you got? Each of those pips is worth $10. Now write that down. Each pip is worth $10, okay? And now anybody can do what I just did. Anybody can splash a big number on the screen. Okay, and if you're unfamiliar with the Forex and you see that number, you're thinking to yourself, what? I just made $600 on a $2,000 investment. That doesn't look too bad. Right. How often does it happen? Good question. Okay, here's the answer. It happens in every currency every day. You might want to take a screenshot of that, okay? Because this is the opportunity in every one of those currencies every day. All right, this is why I get kind of fired up about talking about it, because we're not talking about 60 pips. All right, just on the euro every day we're talking about double that. On the pound, about triple that. All right, what's the point? You don't have to get all these to make serious money in this market. You don't even have to get one of these. All right, you get a half of one of these, you're killing it. You're making 600 a day, 3,000 a week, right? As an add-on to your stock and options trading, 3,000 a week probably wouldn't hurt your feelings. Now, if you're new, maybe you're not getting 60 pips. Fine. If you're new, let's say you get half of that, okay? Let's say you get 30 pips a day. Doesn't sound like much, but it's still $300, okay? 5 days a week, $1,500, $75,000 a year. And the way I figure it is like this. If I can show you today how to just get 30 pips a day, then this is going to be worth every minute of your time. The only thing I'm going to ask you, though, is this. If I can show you something that works, if I can show you a formula for trading that works, okay, if I can line you up with some people that can show you how to do it, you could trade alongside them till you get your sea legs, okay? If I can show you something that will get you that $300, $400, $500 a day, my question for you is this, and it's $1 million question, all right? Are you willing to give me 20 minutes a day to master this thing? That's a question I'm hoping you'll give me an answer to, all right? Because I'm checking in with you right now. I know I got something to show you, okay? But I got to know that we're not wasting our time. If it works, would you spend 20 minutes a day on it? If you would, type yes in the chat box. I got to get a sip of water. Go ahead and do that. Good. 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 Okay, good. Well, then that's your commitment. Now I got to live up to my part. Here's what you need to know, all right, what every trader needs to know. Now, one bit of this is guesswork. Anytime we trade, all right, we're always going to follow a plan. Now, what's the simplest plan for a new person, all right? Make sure that if you're going to buy something, you protect both sides and then leave the darn thing alone, all right? So many people want to make trading complicated. It's a good thing that it's not. Because if you knew some of the people that I know, listen, I started in markets. I wasn't managing desks right away, okay? My first job was on the floor of the American Stock Exchange. I was a clerk. You know what I did down there? I used to bring the traders coffee, okay? I used to have to collect their paper tickets, back when we did paper and pen. I'd have to run them over to the little time clock in the corner, give them a timestamp, keep them organized, right? Then they send me out for their dry cleaning. I mean, it was not glamorous. I got paid $250 a week. Okay, but the fact is, I was in the market. I was there, right? I was right next to the opportunity. The thing that helped me the most was the day that a couple of the traders got together and said, hey, we like you. Come over here. We're going to show you how to do this, all right? The day that changed my life was the day that they said, we're going to show you how. Now, know this. They were just some guys, too, all right? If you knew them personally like I did, you're thinking to yourself, this guy can barely match his tie to his suit. All right, this guy over here, he couldn't run the microwave in the break room, but he's making $20,000 a week. I mean, what's going on here? All right, they don't know anything necessarily that's super spectacular or secret. They just know a formula and they keep stuff simple. All right, that's what I want you to do too. Because the fact of the matter is, if you buy something, it's only going to go in one of two directions. It's going to go up or it's going to go down. Now, if you buy it, you got to realize that the downside's big unless you protect yourself. Okay, so you're going to place a stop, you're going to place a floor under every trade that you do. In case the darn thing goes against you, it doesn't go off a cliff. Okay, now the one thing most traders mess up the most isn't the stop order. It's the one above the market. Okay, that limit order, that target order. Okay, the trade works itself out, it reaches the end of a wave, and they don't know enough to take the darn thing, or they forget to, they leave the trade, go to the grocery store, and then the profit that they had turns into a loss. You got to protect both sides of your trade. Okay, once you do that, it's only going to go one of two ways. It's going to go up or it's going to go down. If it goes down, you got a small loss. If it goes up, you got a nice gain. All right, this is all you're going to be doing. Now, I always like showing the nice example because Peter, what happened? Took him to the limit. He's trading alongside some good traders. Things are working out beautiful. He made himself $800. All right, that's the exercise I want you to be able to repeat every time. And as a matter of fact, all right, if we're going to do it right, all right, we're going to do it right from the very beginning because I don't like all this risk down here. okay? And I don't like having a place to go. This is a no man's land trade. So here's what you're going to do when it comes to your online trading account, okay? Just keep it simple, all right? We'll have some fun doing it, and then we'll have some fun after, okay? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and click on this order, and we're going to modify the trade. We're not going to close it. We're going to modify it. Let's get a floor under that thing so we can relax. All right, where's my buy-in? 131.09. Okay, while we're together for 45 minutes an hour, all right, let's just risk this thing down to 130.99, 10 pips, okay? And if we're together for an hour, I don't know, if we made $200, that wouldn't hurt our feelings. So let's set this at 131.29. Soon as I do and hit submit, look what happens. Boom. Now I got a good looking trade. Okay. Now I've got a trade where there's a floor, and if it comes down to the floor, it's not going to fall out of bet. Now I got a trade that's got an upper limit, goes up to that thing, boom. Get a nice profit, stick it in our pocket. We'll go have dinner at Ruth's Chris or something. Okay? Look, if you don't like where the stop is, you don't have to fill out another order ticket. You don't have to be bouncing around with cancel, replace. All you got to do is click on the floor, move it around. Watch how easy this is. I just moved my floor. My order was updated successfully, took about a second and a half. Okay? If I want to move the floor back up, because wait a minute, I don't like all that risk, I just move it back up. Okay? This is what you're going to be doing. And it's just that simple. You can do it on either side of the market. So mechanically, I think you got it. Okay, now we got to get a little bit more specific so you can get this in terms of formula and clarity and understanding and confidence and all these other great things. All right, let's do that. First thing, though, that I have to clarify is this. I know that I'm showing you this in terms of lots. You need $2,000 to trade a lot of currency. Okay, you get 50 to 1 leverage, $10 a pip. But I do remember saying that you can trade with $200 if you want to just dip your toe in. All right. How do you make it work if you only got 200 to start with? You start with what's called a mini lot, okay? You're still going to get 50 to 1 leverage. You're just going to be trading a smaller denomination. You're going to do things for $1 at a time. Can you still make money doing that? I'm here to tell you that you can. All right, that's probably the smarter way to start. The less of your capital that you have in the game, the better. Let me get you in profits, okay? Let me get you to the point where you can take your original investment off the table. All right, get you past those first 3 trades. Most traders that try to do a new market, they do 3 trades and give up. Oh, I'm going to go trade lumber. They take a loss and they never trade lumber again. Oh, I'm going to trade some corn futures. Oh, I'm going to, you understand? I mean, if you're going to go into this market and all I've got is 3 trades, right, to get you into profit, let me do the heavy lifting. Because if I can, then the sky's the limit for you on this. All right, done this a long time, and I know that you're going to breathe easier, not just with a stop order, but if you're playing with the house's money. If you agree with that, say yes. Type yes in the box. All right, I'd rather you're playing with the house's money than with your house money, your rent money. Okay, your electric bill, stuff you could go do with your kids. Okay, let's get you into. Let's play with the house's money. If you agree with that, say yes. I'm going to get a sip of water. Good. I'm going to do 3 trades today. Maybe I can get you there before we're done. All right? Now, it's time for me. Good. Thank you for that. Good. All right? It's time for me to demonstrate the ultimate charting software to you. All right? This is our proprietary piece. At the end, I'll give you a download link for this. You download it right on your desk. All right? We'll connect it right to your trading account. You can trade right from your charts. It's awesome. All right? We created this in-house. And one of the things that my experienced traders will like is all the automated features. Okay, my new people, you're just going to like how easy it is to use and understand. We're gonna look at this using the euro on the 1-month chart. Okay, what do we need to find out when we're reading the chart? We all know this, right? This is not new information. We need to know where the market's going, where to get in, where to get out. Okay, the difference between this market and any other is that this market develops patterns that repeat themselves over and over and over again. And I really want you to write that down. This market, unlike any other one, okay, does the same things over and over and over again. It does develop patterns. We read the patterns using the candlesticks, all right? Blue and white candlesticks, you're familiar with those. Now, most of you know, just by looking at it, okay, market doesn't just go straight up or straight down. It moves in waves, all right? Sometimes we're going up, sometimes we're going down, all right? I want to isolate one of these patterns. I'm going to call it A, B, C, D. Write it in your notes. All right, A, B, C, D, where the market starts at a low, moves to a high, right, runs out of gas, pulls back to a low, and then goes up to a high. All right, A, B, C, D. Now here's my question, because this was put to me when I was first introduced to this market. All right, after years of trading stock, years of trading options and futures. All right, I was asked the same question I'm going to ask you. If there's a tool that could measure the amount of energy in the market that carries it from A to B, okay, and the same tool can also measure the amount of energy building up in the market, right, as it moves from B to C, so that this tool, right, can tell us not just which way the market's going next, but how far. Do you think that tool would be valuable? Well, let me ask you the question, all right? Same question. Type an answer if you don't mind. If there's a tool that can measure the amount of energy in the market from A to B, and also the amount of energy building up in the market from B to C, so that before it happens, this tool can tell us where the market's going next and how far. Do you think that sounds like a valuable tool? I know what I said. All right, I thought it was a trick question. What are you asking me? Right? If there's a crystal ball, is that going to help me? I said yes. What do you say? All right, right? Dumb question. I told you I was going to try to keep this interesting. Right? Right? Yeah. Of course it'd be valuable. Well, guess what? You'd want it. I'd want it too, right? There's a tool that does that. All right? It's called, here you go, right in your notes. Some of you already know it, Fibonacci. Okay? The Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence. Right? Fibonacci, Italian mathematician, fascinating stuff. Google them when we're done. All right? Read up on Fibonacci. It's awesome. This guy came up with, right, a sequence of numbers that can be used to measure everything in nature. That's why they call this nature's numbering system. All right? Literally, the Fibonacci numbering sequence can be used to measure everything in nature, anything from the number of scales on a fish to the number of petals on a flower. Okay, we use it on the human body to measure symmetry, the length of our arms and our legs. It applies this same sequence to the shape of your ear. Okay, the rings of Saturn. That's all Fibonacci stuff. All right, everything in nature is Fibonacci. It applies to every living thing. Okay, and it's all about patterns and energy. Well, the president of our company said, wait a second, right? The Forex market is all patterns and energy. So if we can apply this number system, this sequence here, okay, that's going to be the difference between us being able to make money with this thing, okay? And the fact of the matter is, he built a tool right into our software, okay, that absolutely uses this Fibonacci sequence. Let me show you first how it works, then I'll show you that it works, okay? First things first, what you're going to do when you get this on your desk today, all right, is simple stuff. You're going to identify low prices and high prices. Let's say you identify a low price A and a high price B. Okay, all you're going to have to do is connect the two, right? A little click and drag. Once you do that, then the software does the rest of the work for you, pretty much, right? What happens is when you connect those two lines, automatically on your screen, what appears is the Fibonacci sequence. Looks like a stepladder, okay? It's color-coded. I got some red, I got some blue, I got some green, okay? What I see here is this. Market had this energy that pushed it to the upside. Okay, it went from point A to point B. Soon as it got there, what happened? Well, the market ran out of gas, okay, pulled back to this point here, okay, before doing what? Before making a U-turn and turning back to the upside. So the market reached a low price. I'm going to call it C. What I want you to notice is this. That low price right here lines up with a Fibonacci number in the sequence, all right? We call it a Fibonacci energy level. I call it a trampoline. You're going to see why right now, because here's what I know, all right? I know because I know how this works, that the market is going to bounce off of that trampoline, okay? And it's going up. Why? Because it's bouncing. It's bouncing, and it's going to head to the upside, okay? Now, I also know how far because this is color-coded. Because it's bouncing, listen, off the red trampoline, I know that the market's going up, and I even know how far. It's going up to that point. Now, I always get this first question. How do you know that? I just told you. It's color-coded. It's going to go from red to red. And you're like, no. How do you know it's going up, and how then do you know how far? What did I say a minute ago? I'll show you how it works first. Then I'm going to show you that it does. Just stick with me. All right? What you need to know in terms of function, how this works, is this. Okay? When the market comes down and makes a U-turn at the red trampoline, it's going up to red. Had the market come down here to this level, okay, come all the way down to this point before making a U-turn, okay, what you see is that it lines up with that blue trampoline, that blue energy level. What you know is this: the market's going to bounce from that point. It's just not going to bounce as high. It's going to go from blue to blue, okay? And should it have come all the way down here to this green level, okay, where would it bounce to? You've already figured it out. We're going from green to green, okay? So functionally, that's how it works. Now I got to show you that it does. Okay, what's actually happened here? Market's come down to this point, okay? It's made its U-turn. It's made its low right there at C. Come down to this red energy level, okay? If this works the way that I'm telling you, all right, the way that it was shown to me, what you got to understand is the market's going up to that red level sometime in the future. So I'm going to call that my future D, which means what? Well, from where I am to where I'm going, right, hasn't happened yet, which means that represents my profit opportunity. And if my current price is $1.27, okay, and this is telling me that I'm going up here to this level, $1.60, okay, that's a difference of 3,300 pips, okay? Now, what's a pip worth? $10, right? So what I'm looking at here is $33,000 on a $2,000 investment. First time I saw this, I said, show it to me, right? You might as well. If my mutual fund people are talking about 5% a year, right? My stock people are talking about making a stick on a $48 stock, right? I want to talk about making 33 grand on $2,000 invested. Show it to me. And when they did, the first time, okay, they revealed this, I was dazzled, okay? Because what happened is exactly what the Fibonacci sequence said was going to happen. Not what I said, what the Fibs said, okay? Market went right up to that future D, and the thing I liked the most was this. I saw the candles change color. They went from white to blue. Well, what happened there? The sequence fulfilled itself. Write it down. A, B, C, D is a Fibonacci completed sequence. And as soon as it got there, it ran out of energy. Candle turned blue. What's going on? We're starting a new sequence, okay? And you need to understand, this market does the same things over and over and over again, not just in the euro on the 1 month chart where I can shoehorn an example, right? But this happens in every currency and in all the time frames, okay? It's measurable and it's repeatable, and the best of all, it's predictable. And for those of you that kept up with me on this part, here's what we're going to do now. You're ready. Okay, you know the mechanics of a trade. Now you know the mechanics of Fibonacci, so we got to just go live and do something with this knowledge. Okay, I'm not here to make conversation. I got to show you how to make some money. Okay, you want to bridge the gap from knowledge to doing, so your account gets bigger. I got it. So let's go live. I'm going to show you our formula. All right, ABC 1, 2, 3. Jot that down. Okay, I'll do it on 3 charts. Monthly chart, we're going to get our direction. All right, we'll use the daily chart for confirmation to make sure we're on the right side of things. And the last thing we'll do is we'll go to the 2-hour chart for our buys and sells, and we'll manage the trade as we go. Just know this. I've got a couple of trades on right now. All right, I'm going to show you a couple of trades right now. And if you want to get your account open and make this stuff happen, great. Now, some of you might not be sure. I'm going to get my account open. Come on, man. Listen, you can open an account in about 5 minutes. All right, let me just go to one of those brokers. CFXCM, okay? FXCM, you can open an account just by filling out basic information, right? Start with your country, give them your name, and what have you. If you want, though, to put this all to the test, crack open a practice account, all right? Maybe this is a good way to start learning your muscle memory, because some of the buttons are going to be different, all right? And it's like anything else, right? Somebody gives you a rental car, it doesn't feel like your regular car. You got to figure out where the wipers are. They're on the other stalk, what have you, okay? Get yourself a practice account. Let them put $50,000 in play money in it. Just make sure you tell them what country you're in. They'll give you the platform. You trade from that. All right? This is a worthwhile endeavor, because this will take you about 5 minutes to do. All right? And we'll go trade this live. You guys ready? All right. I'm not going to wait. I got to keep going. All right? I'm going to show you this, and let me organize my charts here for a second. All right? I was messing with this a little bit earlier, and I want to make sure that I do this in order. We're going to do this with the euro on the 1 month. Then we're going to go to the 1 day, okay? Then we're going to go to the 2 hour, okay? 1 month, 1 day, 2 hour, okay? Same thing. On the Australian, we'll do the 1 month, the 1 day, and the 2 hour. And then, of course, I got to go to where all the action is right now. I'm going to show you the pound currencies after I'm done with that, okay? Are we good to go? Are we? Do me a favor. If you're still here hanging with me on this, and you're ready to get going, type the word go so I know that you're here, all right? Because I'm excited at the moment, but I got to make sure you're keeping up. Because if I lose you right now, and then you're not on the train. You're chasing after the train, holding onto your hat. Your newspaper's flying in the wind. I want you on the train and comfortable so you can get this, okay? Go, go. All right, good. Here we go. 1 month chart on the euro. Let me make a point here, okay? What you got is obviously your chart, all right? This is real time right over here. This is 20 years ago. I'm going to go back in time for a second because I want to show you just how you're going to do this as soon as you get this on your desk, okay? I want to come back here and blow this up for a minute. All you're going to need to recognize when you use this, all right, is low prices and high prices. You're always going to give them a label, okay? Let's say this high price, we're going to call it A. Let's say this low price, we're going to call it B. Okay, high price, we're going to call it C. Every time you find one of those, it's always going to be associated with a U-turn in the market. Okay, look, there's a U-turn. See this? Shaped like the letter U. There's a U-turn. It's just inverted. Okay, you're going to be good at recognizing highs, lows, and U-turns. The only other thing you have to be good at is connecting them. All right, go up to the toolbar right here. When you click on that, all right, it says MTI Fibonacci Tools. Okay, click on that. Click on the first thing, MTI Fibo Retracement. Little pen shows up when you do that. Just connect A and B. Okay, when you connect points A and points B, the Fibonacci sequence is going to appear automatically. Great, there it is. There's my trampolines. Okay, what do you notice? We had negative energy in the market carrying it down to this point, but right here, what do we have? An inflection point. Okay, the market ran out of that negative energy and it started heading back up in this direction until it reached a high price. Well, that's point C, and I want you to notice something, all right? It reached that level, which lines up with, it corresponds with a red Fibonacci level, okay? A red trampoline. Now, if this works the way that I said it would, okay? If this works the way that I said, the way that I'm told holds water, okay? What do we know? We know the market's going to bounce from that Fibonacci level, okay? It's going to bounce down from it, red level, and where's it going? All the way down here, okay? All the way down here in the future, all right? What does it mean? It means that this part that hasn't happened yet represents our profit opportunity. Okay. If that represents my profit opportunity, okay, what I've got to understand is the Fibonacci's are telling me that the euro is going to be trading at 83 cents on the dollar to the U.S., okay? Now, I might believe that or not. That's an opinion. According to this, though, right, that's where we're going. Well, if my current price is what? 105.90. All right, let me break out a calculator. If my current price is 105.90, and this says I'm going down to 83.22, all right, 105.90 minus 83.22, I'm talking about 2,268 pips. Okay, $10 a pip, right? So times $10. If this works on a $2,000 investment, I'm looking at 22,000 bucks. Okay, show it to me. Let me do it. Okay, what do you notice? Okay, market never goes straight up or straight down. You know that, but it maintains that downward trajectory. Okay, until what? Until it reaches this low point, and then it makes a U-turn right here, and you can see it. Okay, this is the very next U-turn. I want to highlight that. Okay, markets come to this point, and then it's made a U-turn. Okay, what do you notice? Well, you notice that we've given this one a label also. I had A, B, C. I've given this one a label also. That's D. That's the end of my sequence. Every sequence you do with fibs, some of you know this, some of you this is brand new, is A, B, C, D. Okay, I've completed the sequence. Now, the one thing I got to have you see is this. The market came down to this level, and then it changed directions. That lines up exactly with this Fibonacci level. Exactly what the fib said was going to happen is what happened, and now what's happening? Now we start a new sequence. Okay? There's no breaks in the energy. All right? The end of this sequence becomes the beginning of the next one. All right? The end of this sequence becomes the beginning of the next one. What are we looking for then? High prices, low prices, and U-turns. I got one. Low price, high price. You see it? Just do what I've been showing you. Go back up here to your Fibonacci tools, break out your pen, and connect A and B. Okay? Connect A and B. Then what? Look for the next U-turn. Does it show up? Yep, right there. Okay, so now I found C. Okay, now I found C. What's it correspond with? it corresponds with my green trampoline. So I'm going to bounce, okay? In fact, I'm bouncing. So I recognize this once I recognize the U-turn. And I also recognize how high we're going. We're going up here to this green level, okay? Green to green. Now, what's my current price? Here it is, 91. What's my future D? What's my future price? I got A, B, C. My future D is here, 98.50. So that means I'm looking at 750 pips right here, 750 pips, again, if this thing works. Now, the first time I saw this, what did I say? You know, anybody can do something once. Anybody can shoehorn something in, right? Show me that this works. Okay, we go forward in time, and what happens? All right, market never goes straight up or straight down. But you see that the trend here obviously maintains its upward energy, right? Higher lows, higher highs, fantastic. What happens? The market goes right to here, okay, which lines up with the green energy level. And then what happens almost immediately? Changes direction again. Why? Because I completed another sequence. Gang, the first time I saw this, I was on the edge of my seat. I said, okay, you know, I've heard about Fibonacci's before. We try to work them the best we can in futures. We try to work them the best we can in options and in stocks, okay? But we always seem to have, for one reason or another, on individual issues, all these breaks in the pattern, right? I'm a fan of formulas. I'm just not a fan of the holes, right? But when I continued to see that this market continued to work without a break, okay, that's when I was the most impressed. But I said, one time, I don't know. 2 times, you got to keep showing it to me. All right, so let me show it to you again, just so you understand. All right, without a break in the energy, it's a continuation, low price to high price. There it is. What's happened here? We've come down to, right, this red level, and where are we going next? Well, we got a U-turn. We're bouncing up. So where are we supposedly going? We're going right here, red to red. Did it work again? Holy cow, it did. Soon as it got there, change direction, A, B, C, D. So now what do I have? I've got another, right? Low price and high price. All I need to do is draw my Fibonacci's on that. And it continues and continues and continues. Where am I at? Red price. Okay? Where am I going? Red up here. Did I make it? Of course I did. And then we've changed direction yet again. Okay? If this is making sense to you, can you do me a favor, please? All right? I want you to type A, B, C, D if this is making sense to you. Okay, because we're not using this yet until I make sure you've got this foundation, all right? And this is the market where the fibs work. That's why I trade it, okay? You want confidence in your trading, you got to use the fibs, all right? Does it make sense? Good, good. A, B, C, D if you're getting it, all right? Perfect, okay? Now, how often does it work? Everybody says, where's the hole? Where's the hole? Okay, let me show this to you, all right? Because you're seeing this right here. You've got A, B, C, D repeatedly, okay? In fact, let me show you something. Watch this. If you're not going to be a fan of drawing the lines yourself, there's actually a tool built in here that'll draw them for you, okay? Watch this. And it'll do it with exactitude, because I know everybody likes to be exact. Me too, right? If I got a computer, I might as well use it. Watch this. Instead of drawing the A's and B's yourself, okay, now let's do it a little more scientifically. We're going to come over here to the MTI logo that says ABCD, Smart Fibonacci. Watch this, okay? This is an auto tool. All I need to do is break out my pen by clicking on that, okay? Come down to my low price, software does the work for me, all right? Those are all the sequences in a row. Now with this one, what do you got? You got your low price A, okay? There it is. You got your high price B, okay? We've come down here to C, right? So where are we going? Red to red? Well, that's how it works, right? Let's see if it works. Because not long ago, the euro was trading 83 cents on the dollar. Now we're telling me what? According to this, we're going to 154. Well, that's what the fibs are telling us, okay? If we recognize this right here at this U-turn, right? Let's say we recognize it at $1.30. If we're going to 154, that's 2,400 pips. That's $24,000, okay? Well, let's see if it works. Okay, there it is, okay? What happens? We don't go straight up, but we end up going right to it. And as soon as we do, of course, we change direction again. Why? Because the Fibonacci's, right, sequence has been completed. Now we start a new sequence. So I've shown this to you right now from 1995. See this, where it began? I've now shown it to you up to 2008. All right, so I've given you 13 years of history. And if this was worth 20 grand and this was worth 20 grand and some of these others were worth 4,000 or 5,000 a piece, there's about 60 grand worth of opportunity and 13 years in a row where this thing worked. Okay, so at some point, right, we all have to do the same thing. We have to step over from theory and turn it into action. How much do you believe it? All right, that's really going to be the key. You know, does it work in uptrends and downtrends? Well, I'm showing you that it does. In fact, let's do this. All right, I'm going to show this to you now, and we'll just put it to the test. Okay, monthly direction. That's what we use the monthly chart for, is to find our direction. Most traders that I talk to, okay, they want to outsmart me right away. Oh, I know how to find direction. I just draw a trend line, right? That's pretty easy. Your trend is down, your direction is down. How'd I do? Here's the answer. It's exactly wrong, okay? Because we don't find direction using the trend. In this market, we're going to find it using Fibonacci energy. That's it, okay? It works in both directions. You got to understand. As soon as we hit the top of this one, that's an AB. All right, here, AB, right? What do you see? Well, the market came to the blue level, right? Where's it supposed to go? The blue level. Where did it go? Okay, Fibonacci's work. And if you want to use that auto tool, you just look for the high price and you click on it, all right? It'll fill them out for you, okay? We've got our current AB, high price, low price. All right, so let's come forward to that, and let's do this in current time. All right, AB, there it is, our most recent sequence. What you got to understand right now is we're in the middle of this U-turn, and we are looking for C. Okay, we're looking for C. We're going to find it. Where are we going to find it? At one of these Fibonacci levels. Is it going to be here? I don't know. How about here? I don't know. But it's up here somewhere. And the fact of the matter is, because we're on the BC leg, we have to understand, looking at this, that our monthly direction is up. And that's what you're going to use the monthly chart for, okay? You're going to use the monthly chart to find your direction. And once you do it, there's only 2 charts left, okay? Let's move on from that. We got the monthly chart, okay, to find our direction. Does it work in all the currencies? Look, let me show this to you. Here's the Australian on the 1 month, okay? First of all, do the Fibonacci's work? Well, there's a low price and a high price. Right? What's happened here? Markets come to this low price and made a U-turn, red level, right? Where are we going? We're going red to red. Where'd we end up? Red to red. As soon as we got there, what happened? We ran out of energy because we completed a sequence, okay? So this works all the way back to, you know, another 10 years of history on the Australian, all right? You got to understand, gang, this works in all the currencies and all the time frames, okay? We're going to find our directions the same way. We're going to draw Fibonacci's, low price to high price, okay? We're going to look for a U-turn. Right here we got a gorgeous U-turn, right here, okay? Gorgeous U-turn on what? On the Australian dollar, okay? Comes down to what? The green level, almost exactly. There it is lined up. So where are we going with this one? We're going green to green, okay? Green to green. There it is at 120. We're at 75. So we're going to be able to buy this thing all the way up because this is the leg we're on, right? We're looking at 40 grand worth of opportunity on this one, all right? Monthly direction's up. See how quickly you can do that now? Okay. I got to keep going. All right, let me keep going because we're short on time. You're short on time. All right, I'm getting to the meat. So here we go. All right, we got our direction. Now I'm going to go to my day chart. Let's bring it alive, okay? If you're a good chart person, you'll be able to bring it alive yourself. If you're new, you need a little help, you come in our trading room, we'll do the heavy lifting on this part for you. But the goal is for you to be an expert at this, okay? Watch me bring this chart alive. It's easy, right? I'm going to go ahead and draw a trend line. Now, I got that off my toolbar. See that trend line? All right, I'm going to draw my trend line. Just go back to here, right? The beginning of the chart, I'll draw you a good trend line. There you go. How do I know it's good? Because it's reliable, all right? Every time this currency came up to this trend line before, right, it acted like a ceiling, okay? Acted like a ceiling. Until what? Until right here, right, counter trend line, we broke through the ceiling. Now, that trend line's still a good one, but now it's acting like a floor. See that? Acting like a floor, and we've bounced up off the floor. What did I just figure out? All right? I just figured out that we've broken from the sell zone into the buy zone. The sell zone's over here. Where we reach the trend line, we're always sellers. Now we're in the buy zone, okay? And we've bounced up off the floor. So we understand that our monthly direction was up, but what we've just done is confirmed that we're on the right side of things, okay? When we're buyers, we're looking for the thing to go up, okay? So we just did that part. Now what do we do? All right, we're going to use the daily for dollars. Write that down, daily for dollars, okay? We're going to go forward in time. Let me go ahead and magnify this so you can see it. We're going to go forward in time. Real simple, okay? We're going to use our fibs. I told you they worked in all the currencies and all the time frames, okay? If that's the case, all I need to do is use them. Go to my auto fib tool, click on that, come down here to my low price, click on it, boom, okay? All my fibs show up to prove the point, but also to help me, okay? You want to talk about confidence, watch this, okay? There's my low and my high. There's an A and a B. There's no doubt about it, okay? What's happened? We came down to C, right? We see it right here, right? This is C, okay? And what's happened? We made a U-turn. Where are we supposedly going? Red trampoline, right? Where are we going? Well, we're going to bounce off of red and go to red if that thing works. Well, look where we are. We went right to red. See that? So we fulfilled this A, B, C, D sequence. You want to see what happens right after we fulfill the sequence? We run out of gas because we're on a new sequence now. Okay? So we move energy forward. What do? This now becomes our low and our high. Okay? So don't ever think you're late to the party. If you're on a sequence, you've got a trading opportunity. Oh, I missed it. Nonsense. You just have to figure out where you are on the sequence. Okay? Here's A and B. What happens here? We're looking for that U-turn. Where does it come? Way down here. But it lines up with a fib level. That's not an accident. Okay? Lines up with a fib level. There it is. We got our U-turn right here. Blue level. Where are we going? Blue level. Are we really? Because if this holds up, and we're at 110, and that's at 115, that's like $5,000? Correct. Okay? Let's just see if it works. Okay, you go forward in time, and where do we go? Right to it, right to the level. As soon as we get there, we run out of gas. Not an accident. Okay? The more you adopt this in your mind, okay, the better off you're going to be as a trader. All the other fancy stuff, listen, I've seen it all. I've been doing this 22 years. I have seen everything. I've seen every hotel presentation, every blue and green light thing. I've seen every Elliott wave theory. I have seen everything. I read my Douglas, right? I did the same things you did, right? Random walk down Wall Street. My bookshelf is full of this stuff, all right? Understand, as soon as I learned this, I could throw all that stuff away because this is what works, okay? I'm trying to make your life easier. And if there's a piece of software that'll do it this much easier for you, hey, maybe you try that thing out, all right? Because where you are right now is on an A, B, C, D, okay? What's happening right now, all right? We are right on this leg, on the euro. We've come down to this low price. This was the big Brexit move, right? We've come down to this low price, and now we're popping up again. So what's happening? We're moving from green to green. This is what's happening right now, okay? We're bouncing off of this level, green, that's our low price, ABC, and now we're locked and loaded to go up here to this green level, okay? 117.59, where am I? 110.15. The difference is 749 pips. What is that? 749 pips is 7,490 US dollars on a one-lot trade, or if you want to be conservative, you're still going to get 749 out of the situation if this holds water, which is going to quadruple your money, okay? Even if you get half of it, you're going to make $375, which means you can take your 200 off the table, okay? And now you're trading with the house's money. So even if I can only show you half of this one, all right, I'm going to get you fast-forwarded on this correctly. So what do you have to do? All right, the last step. You've got your confirmation. You got to do one more step. It's the 2-hour chart. All right, we've done ABC. Last thing, 1, 2, 3. And I can do this chapter and verse because this is all I do. Okay, I know this chapter and verse. I've got trades on right now. It's all based on the same thing, this. Okay, trade with a stop, have my target set. I can relax and come talk to you fine people. Okay, what do I have here? I've got my 2-hour chart. This is going to be where I buy or sell. Okay. And I'm going to, because we have an upward month and we have an upward day, I'm only going to look to be a buyer. And I'm going to do what's called a 1, 2, 3 buy. Okay? A 1, 2, 3 buy is 3 little criteria that I need to see on this chart, right, in order to know exactly when to buy and sell. Okay? So jot that in your notes. A 1, 2, 3 buy. What's the first step? Buy low. Oh, well, I've heard that. I know you have. Okay? How do you recognize low? You see that you have, right, upward energy right here. Then what happens? Well, then you got a bunch of blue candlesticks put together. That's opportunity, okay? Because what you're seeing here is the opportunity to buy your currency at a discount. It's just that simple. All right. If I see a bunch of candles together and I see them in a steep, strong move down, one strong move down, all right, that is my first criteria. Okay. What's my second criteria? When I see a strong move down, I want to be looking out now for a U-turn, and I've got one right here. Okay. I've got the market negative momentum until what happens, it bottoms out and it starts moving in the other direction. Okay, that's my second step. I want to see the candles change color. I want them to go from blue to white, and I want the white one to peak above the blue. Right, two of you just said engulfing candle. Good, that's what it's called, right? For new people, I don't want to scare you with fancy trading terms. Okay, I'm not here to impress, right? Right, I'm not at a cocktail party. I'm on my desk. Okay, let's keep it simple, right? It is called an engulfing candle, right? The white one peaks out above the blue one. What's happened here is the elevator has come down to the ground floor, right? You're up here on the second floor, right? The third floor, pushing the button. And you're going to wait for that elevator to come back up and pick you up on its way up. Okay? That's the second step. So now we got two parts of a 1, 2, 3. Here's the last part. It's at the bottom. Okay? I've added this study to the bottom of the chart. It's called, some of you already know, the stochastic, right? And a bunch of you, I bet, just nodded your head. Okay? Because you know stochastics work. Well, that's why they're on here. Okay, if you want to know how I added it using the software, check this out. Come over here to the little squiggly lines. Okay, come over here to the little squiggly line indicator folder. Right, when you click on it, watch this. The software comes preloaded, right, with 100 indicators. All right, they're awesome. Right, some of you recognize some of these A to Z. I only want you to concentrate on one right now to get you started in this market. It might be the only one you ever need. Okay, click on Stochastic RSI. When you do, right, it's going to be added as a study to your chart. But before you click OK, do me a favor. Come down here and make sure that these two boxes are checked, overbought and oversold. Overbought, I want you to click it. Oversold, I want you to click that too. So these two boxes have to have a check mark. Okay? Then you click OK, and the study gets added to the bottom of your chart. How do you read this? It's all about buying and selling pressure. That's what the stochastic is. Okay? If you want to look that up later, when you look up Fibonacci, I'm sure it's very interesting and exciting, and it's fine. I let the study do the work for me. Here's how you read the stochastic. If it's above that little bar that says 80, it's overbought, and it's time to sell it. Okay, that's your sell zone. And if it's below the little bar that says 20, see it right here? Right here? Okay, that is an oversold currency, and it's time to buy it. So that's your buy zone. And guess what? That's your third step. You want to see the little squiggly lines below the 20. That's step 3. So strong move down. Candles change color from blue to white. White ones above the blue ones, stochastic in the buy zone. That's a 1, 2, 3. If you kept up with me, type 1, 2, 3 in the chat box. As a matter of fact, do me a favor. All right, I'm going to get a sip of water because I went through that awfully fast, but I know some of you are finishing up your last couple of notes because this is a big deal. All right, if this is the setup that you're going to use to know when you're buying and selling, and this is all you get out of my talk today, it was worth every minute that you've just spent. So finish your notes, but then type 1, 2, 3 so I know that I can go on. Okay? And a reminder, that's the 2-hour chart. That's the 2-hour. Okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is where you buy. Okay? Well, where do I set my stop? Good question. Good for you. Okay? You set your stop at the bottom of the U-turn. Okay? At the bottom of the U-turn. So in this case, if your buy-in is here, okay? If your buy-in is here at, let's say, 111.18, okay? And your stop is at 110.96, you're risking 22 pips. Okay, on a full lot, that's $200. On a mini lot, you're risking $22 to find out if this works. Okay, now what are you going to look at for reward? All right, if you want to keep it basic and you don't want to do any more analysis, just do this. Okay, you want to do risk and reward of about 3 to 1. Okay, if you do 3 to 1 risk to reward, guess what? You don't have to be right every time to make money. Okay, think about it. If you win, you make 30. Okay, if you lose 10. Okay, If you lose twice, you're down 20, but you're still profitable. If you lose a third time, okay, you're still breaking even, and you're only right one time out of 4. This is why I trade minimum 3 to 1. I usually do 4 to 1. And another rule of thumb that I have, do that again. Look, you got 3 duds, you got 1 winner, you're not losing a nickel. Okay, that's another way to protect your downside. That's easy money management. Anybody can do that. Okay, and with this setup, what I want to show you is this. All right, this is the one, this setup, this 1, 2, 3 formation with the U-turn, stochastic in the buy zone, is the one that puts me into the profit zone the quickest and the most reliably. Okay, this is big stuff, because once you're in profit, all right, all your decision making becomes good. It becomes easy. Okay, if you're in profit, you take it off the table, you make some money. Okay, take half off the table, put some in your pocket. Now you got a no risk trade, and you let the other half run. Okay, if you're up 30 pips, raise your stop to break even. Now you got a no risk trade. You can let it run all day. You understand what I mean? The quicker you can be in a no risk trade, the better off you're going to be, because that's when things happen. Now I know you want to see it right a couple of times to make sure that that formation works, but you got some good hints right here that it works, because look, the last time this happened, what'd you have? See that strong move down? See the candles change color right here? You see the stochastic in the buy zone, right? And immediately you're in profit. Okay, you got some, at least an inkling that this setup gets you in profits quickly. Okay, so let's go forward just so you can see this, and I'll show it to you from this date, right? I'll give you about 2 months worth so you understand what we're talking about. Okay, you go forward, what do you have? Well, you got a nice profit opportunity. All right, from where that peaked, and here's a neat little tool here, it'll measure it. Okay, look up here, it'll tell you how many pips this trade was worth. All right, from here, buy in to the peak, there was 53 pips there. Okay, that's not going to make your Porsche payments. Right, $50 isn't going to do it on a mini account. Okay, but if you made $50 on a $200 investment in 4 days, you made 40%. Okay, go down to the bank and ask the guy selling the CDs if he's got one of those. You got something that makes me 40% by Friday? And if he doesn't, you got to keep doing this. All right, I'm just kidding around a little bit, but you get the point. Okay, if you did it with a mini lot, you made $50, but you kind of proved the setup. If you did it with a standard lot, there's $500 in there. Now, even if you got half of it, that's $275. Okay, and when you start to understand that that's set up, right, things can happen kind of quickly. Look at this one. All right, you got a strong move down, you got a candle changing color, you got a stochastic in the buy zone. That says currency at a discount with the elevator going up. Okay, and all of a sudden we start to see things that are kind of fun. Okay, now here's the beauty of this. All right, it's entirely possible that you didn't get into this trade because you're still in this one. See this? It's never gone below your stop point. You're still in this trade, and it's not below your stop point. So you're getting the benefit of this whole thing. And it's forgiving. It's forgiving. Write that down. The market's forgiving because you have a couple of different chances to take a bite of the apple. Look at this one. Here's another one right here. Okay? You can have a third bite at the apple. And look at what happens kind of quickly. All right? This is when this will start to be fun for you. When you have a forgiving situation, when you're managing your money properly and effectively, hold on, I got to reset so you can see it, right? Then all of a sudden, when fun stuff happens, where you can get the benefit of this whole move, right now what are we talking about, right? Now we're talking about 263 pips in 7 days. 3,000 a week, not bad. On one lot, that's how it works, okay? Never going below your stop. So now that I've shown this to you, now it's just a matter of you understanding the requirement. This will take you 20 minutes a day. All right? I don't even have to be there for this. You want to come into our trading room? Great. All right? While you're getting yourself memorized, getting your money management together, you want to come in our trading room, I's dotted, T's crossed? Perfect. Okay? 20 minutes a day. Because it's not going to, I don't care about the Brexit. You know what? I'm going to look for my formation. I don't care about the big down bar. I care about 1, 2, 3s. All right? I care about the efficacy of stuff that I can do that's repeatable. Don't tell me about fantasies. Tell me about formulas. Okay? That's been my motto. That's carried me my entire life. All right? I like stuff that works. And if it's simple, whatever. All right? Some of the clowns, I'm telling you, some of the people I trade with, they can barely get out of bed, but they have big boats. Okay? I've said this 100 times. They can barely match their clothes. But they got these big houses. You understand? They make $20,000 a week. It's because they know how to do this stuff. That's all. Don't make it more complicated than it is. Okay? Now, where are we right now? Look at this. I've got, right? I don't think it can be any plainer than this. All right? This is happening right now. This is real time, and I've got a very easily pronounced 1, 2, 3. So you know what I need to do here, gang? I need to step over into the market, and I need to buy this euro. It's just that simple. There's no reason to hesitate. All right? Go to the euro, right? Get my fanny over here, fill out my order ticket, and buy it. Okay? Now, what didn't I do? I didn't set my stop or my limit. Well, let me make sure to do that. Okay? If this is my U-turn, then I got to set my stop right here at 109.99. Let me modify my trade and do that right now. Okay? Stop loss. Modify. Stop loss. All right? 109.99. And where am I going to take my profit? Well, if my entry point is at 18, my stop loss is at 9, that's 19 pips. 3 to 1 is 57 pips. How about 110.75? And see if we can't put $570 together. Would that be okay? Because that's a good looking trade. Okay? If you understood that, type ABC123. ABC123. Okay? $570 right off the formula. That's just how it works. That's it. We got a confirmation. There's nothing left to do. And if I'm protected, look, if you did this in a mini account, you're risking $20 to find out if this works. I got to think that if this works for you, it's worth a whole lot more than that. Okay? And if you're getting it, type ABC123 so I know that you are. ABC123, and we can go do another one. Let's do it. We're almost done with the Australian one as it is. Good, good, good. Here, ABC123. Here's the Australian. We've already done this. We already figured out our direction because we are on the CD leg. So what are we going to do? Let's go to the Australian, all right? When you open this up at home, it'll be just this quickly, all right? Draw yourself a trend line to make sure you're on the right side of the market. How do I know that I am? It's simple, okay? This used to be a ceiling, okay? Used to be a ceiling. Come over here. Used to be a ceiling. Okay, we've broken through the ceiling. Counter trend line break. Now it's a floor. Now it's a floor, and we're bouncing off the floor. Look at that gorgeous U-turn. There's got to be something going on there. We're on the buy side, all right? We're on the right side of things. We're in the buy zone. Perfect. Go forward in time. Draw those fibs. They work, don't they? I don't know. Let's find out. Low price. Click on it. Nope. Do it right. Got to find the right price. Hold on. Click on the low price. Oh, this serves me right for losing a contact lens earlier in the day. Can I even spot it? There, okay? A, B, C, D, red line, works, change of direction. A, B, C, right, green line, D, right up to it. Now we're on a new one. Here it is, A, B boundary, come down to the what? This U-turn, where is it? Red. Where are we now? Looking for the upside. Red. Way up here. There it is. My current price 75, future price 79.75, $4,750. Almost exactly what my kid's orthodontic bill was last Wednesday when I just went in for a cleaning. How about that one, right? $4,000. Well, I could use this just the same as you could use this. So let's go get it, okay? 2-hour chart. We're going to be able to buy this. Write this down, especially my vets. We're going to be able to buy this currency up to 79, okay? From where we are, we're going to be able to do 1, 2, 3 buys on the 2-hour all the way up to 79. Does it work? There's an example. Here's another one. There's a 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Gets us into profit. There's another one. If you missed the first one, it's very forgiving. Another opportunity. There's another looking profit, right? Now we're talking. From your original buy, okay, you got 1, 2, 3 bites at the apple. If you got in here, we've never been lower than this stop price, okay? That'll keep you relaxed. Never been lower than this stop price. What do we got here? 450 pips. Okay, what are we looking for next? Another 1, 2, 3. Now look, does it work every time? Nope, that one was a dud, right? Came down to our stop. This one was a dud, right? When it was up 30 pips, we raised our stop to break even. Guess what happened? We flatted that trade. So they don't work every time. I'd be a fool to tell you they do, okay? But look, over a 2-month period, right, all you ended up doing during this entire time was a grand total of 12 trades, okay? That was worth 1,250 pips. You might not have gotten all of it, right? Maybe you got half of it, 600 pips. Maybe you got half of that. Let's say you got 300 pips, okay, because you're new. You got 25% of what was available. You're still talking about $3,000, okay? 6 currencies you can do this with. Just get a fraction of them. 18 grand, 6 weeks, 3,000 a week, okay? This is how serious money's made. This is why I love having this conversation. And I love being able to identify opportunity when it's staring me in the face, because it's just like this. Look at that. Is that a 1, 2, 3? Is this a 1, 2, 3? Look at that. Strong move down. Candles change color, right? Candle change color. I got this one peeking above. The one in front of it, stochastic in the buy zone. Guess what? This trade is on right now. This trade is on right now. Where's my stop? 74.73? Let's see. 74.74. So if I'm willing to risk 33 bucks, okay, this is a good-looking trade. Guess what? I'll do that one too. Australian dollar. No reason not to. Okay? And not everybody has to do this. Okay? You don't have to do this, but I'll tell you what, if I'm going to do it, right, then let's see, 74.98. No, 74.74 is the bottom. So 33, I'm looking to make 100 pips on this. Okay? 75.10, let's go 76.10. 3-to-1 risk to reward, submit. Just that easy. I'm protected. Got a couple of trades on, good to go. Okay? This is something I know you can do. And the fact of the matter is, you're absolutely ready to do it. Because I taught you this part, even if you were new when you got here, you're now a Forex trader. Congratulations. Okay? You've got the knowledge that you need. You don't have to go hunting for any more books or any more blogs or any more websites or anything, because you know what you need to know to do this right now. Now it's just going to be a matter of doing it. There's a certain part of us as human beings where we have this inertia that says, I think I need to know more. No, you need to see more. Okay, you need to see more, and the best thing that you can see is this thing working right on your desktop, and the best thing that you can see is turning this damn thing into profit, because that's why you come to Investor Inspiration. You know what inspires me? Not knowledge, right? Money that I can make, that I can do stuff with for my family. The boss around here says one thing. The goal around here is not to be rich. It's to lead a rich life. Well, this is part of it. And if you can capture this, you know how good you're going to feel about this? You know how good you're going to feel that you found this thing? Great. So guess what? Now it's time for you to trade it, okay? Your first live session is going to be with us Friday at 4. Let's go do this, all right? I'll get this on your desk, but I want you to write this down. I need you for an hour, okay? Friday morning, we're going to do a live session, and I want to get this set up with you. So be there an hour early, or excuse me, half an hour early, just so you can get this set up. Want to make sure you have your trading account ready, even if it's a practice account. I don't care. Okay, this is going to cement this for you. This is kind of where the rubber meets the road. We'll get your username and a password, and guess what we're going to go find? 2,200 pips on the pound. Okay, 2,200 pips on the pound. You're going to trade with the guy I'm going to introduce you to right now. All 6 of those, right, for the C to D move. All 6 currencies for the C to D move. And don't tell me you can't make it Friday, because if you can't, I'm going to make it so that you can show up. All right, Monday, I'll give you an alternate time, because you need to get these. You're ready for this conversation. You weren't an hour ago, but you're ready for this now. I want you to see something. I've got a trade open right now on the pound Australian. All right, if I could show you my iPhone, I could show you my account, right, where I've got an open trade, right, in my account on pound Australian, on this thing. You want to know why? Because on the 2-hour chart, I'm right there, and I'm U-turning right now. You see that? I'm U-turning right now, and we're headed from red to red. This thing's got 300 pips in it, okay? And you're ready for that. That's ready, okay? Pound Canadian, what's this got in it? It's right here. Look, we're making this happen, right? We've got ABC, red area, right? We've confirmed this thing now with a triple bottom. Where are we going? Red, 177 from 170, that's 700 pips. That's 1,100 pips I'm showing you. Okay, pound New Zealand, real similar. See this 2-hour chart? See this? Doing the same thing. We make this U-turn right here. Where are we going? Red to red. 190 from 185. That's another 500 pips. All right, there's 2,000 pips. And when you get into this room, this is the guy you're going to meet. All right, I'm not playing around. This is for the serious people here today. Because I got to think you need a game plan for this. And I know there's some of you that have been doing your thing your way, and I love you. All right, and I hope you're making a ton of money. I'm telling you, and I hope I added to that somehow today. all right, because that's why you came here, all right? But for those of you that say, let me see what this is about, let me just introduce you to the person you're going to be trading with. This is Tyson, all right? This is from today. This is the pound.
Fundamentally, today's July 19th, and we had some interesting things happen today, fundamentally speaking. Last week, we know that the pound, the Bank of England came out and they kept rates the same. And that's interesting because the market was actually expecting them to lower interest rates, not us. We were prepared. Another thing that came out today actually supported the fact that they should have kept, or they did keep rates low. And I wanted to show you this. It was an inflationary kind of data. And we've got a lot of inflation news coming out this week. But really what I wanted to look at here is the consumer pricing index. So this is kind of really what the price of goods and services to the consumer is. And the expectations were 0.4% year over year, where it came in at 0.5. You might be thinking, well, that's not that much, but that is how inflation starts. And then also every single thing, we had producer pricing index, all of this came in higher than expectations. The reason that's important is it's showing potential future inflation, which means the Bank of England's probably going to keep rates still and not raise them anytime soon. Tomorrow we have some important news also coming out with the average hourly earnings, 3-month average hourly earnings. If we get a combination of higher incomes and higher consumer prices, that's a sign of future inflation. Again, supporting the fact that they need to keep rates the same. This should all coincide and all lead to a continuation rally in the pound that we've seen over the last week and a half. It's all going to kind of come to a head, and one thing that I'm looking forward to is Friday, this manufacturing PMI number. This manufacturing PMI number, I think, is going to be important to the markets, because if this purchasing manager index comes in higher, then I believe that's going to be an icing on the cake for a rally in the pound. I'm going to show you technically here in a second, but we've got future inflation, we got manufacturing purchasing managers index coming in positive. That shows a really robust sign, and that shows signs for future inflation and should be a catalyst for a rally in the pound. Now, fundamentally speaking, we have reasons to believe the pound is going to go up, at least for the short term or medium term. Well, let's check out the technicals. Technicals tell us we're going up also. We have a bunch of A-B sequences higher, swings higher in all 4 of these pairs. And we also have bullish retracements we're looking for. We're looking for rallies up to the 382 retracement on all of these. Long story short, we're looking for about 1,000 pips in the pound Aussie, about 800-900 pips in the pound CAD, 1,100 to 1,200 pips in the pound New Zealand. That one's my favorite. And about 500-600 pips in the pound dollar. This is going to be a phenomenal time. And over the next few weeks, those students that are prepared and ready to take advantage of the perfect combination of fundamentals and technicals are poised to make a lot of money. Hopefully, you've learned something. Hopefully, we can help you out. Let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to taking advantage of this perfect opportunity. I look at it as a perfect storm, with as many students as we possibly can. Thanks, guys.
All right, that's Tyson Clayton. And listen, if you've got any interest in this at all, here's what I need you to do, okay? That's the person you're going to be trading with. And somebody's like, can't he afford a razor? He's up in his cabin, all right? He's broadcasting from his cabin. This is how we do stuff. That guy's forgotten more about the market than I'm ever going to know, all right? He's a monster. You get to trade with him. If you have any interest in doing that, here's, though, what I need you to do. I told you at the beginning, we're going to do this with 25 of you. If you want to reserve a spot in that session Friday, all right, or alternatively on Monday, do me a favor. Give me a way to reach you, okay? We'll touch base right after we're done here. We'll make sure you got the I's dotted, T's crossed. We'll get you the username and password, so forth, all right? Get you on the team and get you trading live on Friday, all right? Then after that, we're going to walk through this with you so that you can capture this move on the Great British Pound. This is really our first opportunity to impress you. We couldn't ask for more in terms of what the market and the fibs and the technicals are giving us. So if you want to do that, let me know which day, all right, Friday or Monday, but type in a good way for me to reach you, a good number to reach you, okay, so we can cover that stuff together in about a 5-minute conversation after we break. And when you're in the room with us trading, listen, you're going to be there with a bunch of our worldwide people, all right? What you're going to see is we'll trade live, and when we're done, we poll the room, all right? We ask everybody, how'd you do? All right, some of them 100, 200, 300 pips. And when you're there with a couple of hundred traders worldwide, and you can see this on your own computer, all right, with your own eyes, that's when this really gets to be awesome. That's when, right, this is going to kind of come home for you. So the fact is, all you have to do, if you have any interest at all, is do what it says right there at the bottom. All right, this is happening right now. 2,200 pips worth is happening as we speak. That's what he just outlined for you on this C to D. Take a screenshot of that. Okay, this C to D. Now, the whole move, the way that we've put it together here, is going to end up being, over the next 6 weeks, about 5,000 to 8,000 pips. Now, a lot of people, first thing that I say is, you know what, there's no guarantees. And you want to know something? That might be true. But when you work with us, there actually is one. Okay, because this is our best opportunity, all right, to show off to you. Like I said, we're going to kind of put our money where our mouth is with this. And what we're going to say is, you trade with us the next 60 days, and we're going to guarantee to show you 2,000 pips. So if you want to be one of those 25, right, let me know it, right? How can you guys be so confident, right? Good question. Here's the answer, all right? We've been doing this 22 years, and we're experts at it, okay? Nobody else comes close to offering anything like this. Come learn how to do it, all right? Better yet, just come and do it. All right, you can't make any money unless you're actually in the market. You know that. All right, so type a good name and number in the chat box. We'll reach out as soon as we break. Okay, let's get your questions answered. All right, let's get you in here so that we can get you through a couple of day class. All right, in fact, write that down, 2-day class. I'm going to tell you about that in a second. And somebody just said, how much is it? Okay, let me tell you exactly so you know what to expect. All right. When we break, of course, I'm going to send you a download link and get you access to the software, all right, with your username and password. So this is going to be on your desk right now, okay? It comes fully loaded. The auto Fibonacci tool, that's included. All those indicators are included. If you got limited time, you're going to love this, okay? If you're going to do this and you have limited time for this, what we're going to do is let the software do most of the work for you. We'll actually set this up so it connects to your iPhone, your Android, so that when the setups happen, okay, the software will do the monitoring, send you a text message even if you're at the grocery store. Okay, I'll show you exactly how to set that up. It's absolutely terrific. And if you don't have my formula memorized, don't worry about it. All right, built into the program, built into it, right, with one touch, all you got to do is click on the tutorial, all right, fill out the username and the password that I give you. Hang on, let me bring this up. I've got to try and find it. There it is, there it is. Fill out the username and the password that I give you, and watch what pops up, okay? You're going to have a tutorial right on your desk, and you can go through this in 12 little bite-sized pieces. I showed you everything, right? What's the Forex? You did that. Support and resistance, that's the ceiling and the floor. There's the Fibonacci's, A, B, C, D, right? Both uptrends and downtrends. There's videos to walk you through it, little quizzes to make sure you got it. It's fun. All right, if you like online learning, it's great. If you want to share it with your spouse, your kids, your trading partner, right? Get a second set of eyeballs on it, great, do that. This is going to be what I taught you today in little bite-sized pieces, so if you don't have it memorized, you can absolutely take care of that part. Now, normally, this goes $249 a month, but you get on the team today, all right, I'm going to make sure you get this for 60 days to try it out, test it out, make sure it works for you, all right? And you don't have to wait for me, okay? When you're ready to get started, just type in a good number to reach you. I'm going to have one of my team reach out to you. All right, we'll get you on the team. We'll get you this for 60 days, see if you can do it. Good. Tom, Sharif, Kayla, Kevin, KJ, all right? Hassan, good, good, the way you did it. Tony, 603, you're in New Hampshire. Good, I got your number. Perfect. That's awesome, okay? Just go ahead and do that part. And I want you to understand, okay, I've demonstrated this and I've shown you a lot of enthusiasm, all right? But when you're a member of this team, it's about more than software, all right? The software is absolutely your foundation, okay? But you got to know the formula so that when you come trade with your team, right, all those pieces fit. So the fact is, I'm going to put you into a 2-day class, all right? The next one's this week. We do these a couple times a month. This is major, okay? We're going to trade with you for 2 full days so we know that you got it, all right? You can come and trade with us the next 2-day session this week, Thursday, Friday. If you can't make it, don't worry. Just tell us the day that you can. We'll line up a date for you. Okay, but in the meantime, understand, you're going to be trading with us. We're going to give you our schedule, all right? We trade live every day. You want to trade with us tomorrow? Far out. Come trade with us tomorrow, okay? Your first real intro to that pound thing is going to be Friday at 4 o'clock. There's 6,000 pips there, all right? We're going to guarantee 2,000 of them. And the fact of the matter is, this is designed to be a lifetime relationship for you. All right, you want a lifetime, you want a lifestyle, you got to find a team of people to trade with and go do this and repeat it. All right, and we're going to give you not just that lifetime opportunity, but we're going to guarantee it two different ways. Okay, first way is just like this. We say, go use the stuff that I showed you. Put it to the test. Open an account, put a couple $100 in it, trade a practice account if you want to. But you come trade with us for 60 days. At the end of that time, that's when you're going to make a decision on whether to keep the stuff or not. It's just that simple. Okay? Plus you get a 2,000 pip guarantee because you know what? Why not? Right? If we're telling you this thing works, we're going to put our money where our mouth is. Now, what's this all worth? Well, if you go to my website, markettraders.com, you're going to see the value of the program is about 16 grand. Wow, right? It's awesome. It's worth every penny of that for all those different components. However, okay, let me save you some money, a lot of it right now. Okay, you can go to my website and find the bundle that we call the Ultimate Traders Package. Okay, anytime you bundle something, it saves everybody time and money. That follows through here. You can actually go to my website, markettraders.com, jot that down, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, and you can get the entire package, not for $16,000, but for about half of that. Okay, $79.95, that's the online retail. Well, why did I just put a line through it? Because at Investor Inspiration, we do it different. Because you were here, all right, you've learned all this, you're ready to hit the ground running, that means this time was valuable to you and to us. So we're going to give you right now full value for the time you just spent. Okay, what we do here at Investor Inspiration is we immediately give you $2,000 off the online retail for the program, meaning what? You can get started today for a one-time, okay, and it's a lifetime investment of $5,995. $2,000 off the online retail, comes with a 60-day warranty. Now, there's two ways to get started, all right? We'll call them option A and option B. Listen carefully because you got to tell me the best way for you to do this, all right? Most of our students do what I call option A. They take advantage of the $2,000 savings, right? They just take care of the tuition up front. MasterCard, Visa, American Express is fine. Okay, comes with a 60-day warranty and you get 2 months of the charts. Well, what's option B? Simple. It's a financing option. Okay, you put a little bit down, you reserve your space, okay, and then you stretch the rest of it out a little bit with a customized payment plan. We'll put something together for you. You just tell us what you can afford, what fits your budget, and we'll figure that out. For some of you, that might be the easier way for you to get started. I call that a pay-as-you-go program, right? You make some pips, you can take care of your tuition, and then you kind of do it from there. But the whole time, I'm going to take care of your charts, and you're going to have a warranty. So at this point, okay, you have my permission to put in your phone number and let me know the best way for you to get started. Okay, soon as we break, we'll get you on the phone, take 5 or 10 minutes, dot I's, cross T's together, get your questions answered, you get the download links and so forth. Most important, you also get these next two things. They're in writing, okay? First one's my 60-day guarantee, okay? Use all this program. Prove to yourself that it can work. We're so confident, not only that this works, okay, we built a 22-year business on this formula. Not only that this works and that we can teach it to you, but that you can do it. All right, we'll give you 60 days to prove it to yourself. And at the end of 60 days, that's when you're going to make a final decision. And it's going to be easy, okay? If you got results after 60 days, right, the program's going to pay for itself. It's a good investment. You see that you're going to be able to do this month after month. You're going to keep the program. Simple. And then you're trading with us. Okay? If after 60 days, though, all right, for whatever reason, you say, hey, this isn't my cup of tea, okay, no big deal. All we'll ask you to do is give us back the stuff, and we'll refund every penny that you paid for the program just for giving it a try, all right? Downside here is zero. Your upside is phenomenal, and it's not just phenomenal as like some idea. The upside is guaranteed, because what are we going to tell you? You come trade with us for 60 days, and if we don't show you 2,000 pips in those 60 days, you don't owe us a thing, all right? That's powerful in terms of a warranty, but it also is a testament to what we know and what we can teach you, okay? You can do this, and we can show you how. You just got to give yourself a chance, right? Your team's there, your education's there, the tool is awesome. The only thing we need at this point is you. All right? So make a decision. It's either option A or B. If you already gave me your number, let me know if you're an A or a B. Wow, look at that. Let me call you out. so you know that I at least have your spot reserved. Let's have the conversation. Some of you just said, I still have a question. Give me a number. Put the word question next to it. Relax. All right? Let's talk through it to make sure that this is right for you. Okay? Tony, I've got your number, right? KJ, I've got yours too. I just need to know if you're an A or a B. All right? Does it work on iOS? Hassan, you bet it does. All right, Cheyenne, I've got to have a good way to reach you. Just make sure that I have it. Malian, Peggy, Edgar, I've got your numbers. Okay? Will, slow down. You're saying no money down till I make some money. Okay, I'm in. Actually, you're going to make an investment in this program. You absolutely are. Okay? Why do we have you do that? It's simple. Okay? You make an investment in the program because that's going to mean you show up. If you don't show up, guess what? We don't have, and you're not committed, we can't teach anything. Okay? What we know works is this. You make an investment in the program, okay, and of your time, that gives us a fighting chance to teach it to you. And as soon as you do that, now we're on the clock. Okay? Now we've got to perform. Now we got to give you those results. All right? If we don't give them to you, what's going to happen? It's obvious. Okay? You're going to get a refund, and that's the end of it. But we've been doing this 22 years. There was a reason I showed you, all right, your charts for 22 years, because that's when our company started. And the thing that I need to impress upon you is this, all right? During that 22 years that these Fibonacci's worked, okay, what happened? Were any presidents elected? You bet there were. Were there any prime ministers that came and went? Was there any tornadoes or floods or typhoons? Was there an internet bubble in the year 2000? Was there the financial Asian flu in 1997? Was there the housing bubble in 2008? It's all there. Was Janet Yellen and Alan Greenspan doing their thing with interest rates during this period of time? Of course they were. Okay, so all the what ifs are baked into the Fibonacci's, and the fact is it's worked for 22 years. So if that's enough information for you to say, I'm going to give this a shot, let me know that you are. All right, Javier, Michael, James, I got you guys as B's. That's perfect. Aaron with an E, I've got you as a B. Okay, good. You're in the spirit of the thing, and the fact is, since you are, I'm going to give you an incentive. All right, you see what I just did? Because this is such a big deal. Right? And we want to show you this Brexit follow-through and put these pips in your pocket so that you have a foundation for success going forward. We're actually going to plan for your success. I'm going to go ahead and instead of giving you the charts for 2 months, listen, I don't want you worried about $249 a month, okay? I want you worried about learning the formula and being able to apply it. And the fact is, I'll plan for your success doing that by taking the software and giving it to you till the end of the year. If you're an option B, all right, I'll get you that software for 6 months on the house. And if you're an option A, I'll make it a little nicer, right? We'll take care of it from now until this time next year, a year on the chart. So that's like $3,000 worth of charting, right? That's going to be right there on your desk today. Okay, and that's the best way to learn it. I could tell you it works. I could show you it works. I could show you testimonials all over the place, right? Jablonski, he wasn't just falling off the turnip truck. That was a trader, right? But what does he say? Look, I'm comparing this to other stuff. It rocks. Okay, well, what's this guy mad about? He's mad because he only made $1,300 when he knows that if he traded a full lot, he could have made $13,000. That's the kind of mad I want you to be, all right? You just have to decide to take a half a step forward. Put it to the test, right? If it does even half of what I said, you're going to be impressed with it. But your timing is right on. This event's happening now. Tyson just said it to you. Come trade with us Friday. Set this thing up. Prove it to yourself, okay? And then take it from there, all right? Good. Some of you are taking action. I'm looking at the clock. It's time, all right? It's time to head out, so I'm going to close this up. 90 seconds. Some of you are like, well, I got to get going. How about this? If you want to get started, don't want to wait for the phone call, all right, I'm just going to show you that action is rewarded. In the market, you know that. Action's rewarded. Around here, we have a little fun with it, all right? If you want to jump the line, okay, and say, look, I want to get started, but I don't want to wait around. I'm an action person. Well, fine. You got the best chance of success, so I'll save you $500 if you call that number, okay? Call up that number that's on the screen. I'll let you jump the line. I'll let you save $500. I'm going to keep that to 5 people. So if you're going to call me, great. Just let me know. Type the words calling in on the chat box, okay, and those are going to go quickly. Jim, you're already on the phone with us. Good. I'm down to 4 of those. All right, yeah, respond to that, okay, and the fact is I'll make sure you get in on that. Just take action with it. You can do this, okay? And before I leave, a couple of you have asked a couple more questions. Is there any other way to get started? Let me see if there is. Okay, listen. For those of you that are asking me those kinds of questions, all right, I understand quickly that you're looking for something that works, all right? I'm going to cover one more thing here, all right? I know you can handle this, and I know you can handle this, okay? I know that you can open an account. I know you can trade with a stop and a limit. I know the Fibonacci thing worked, and I know I taught you well, okay? So if you're not getting started right now and you're asking about other ways to do it, then that means you're hung up on the money part. Okay, last thing I'm going to go through, okay, is right now. I'm going to give you 90 seconds to respond to this. At Investor Inspiration, we want as many people to get started as possible. So I know, okay, if the only thing that's bugging you is the money part, and there is a way for me to get this to you, not for $16,000 or $8,000 or $59.95, but if there is a way for me to get it for you for free, you be into that. Well, how about this? There's a way to get it for free without a doubt. Okay, the fact of the matter is I've got scholarship money available around here, and if the only thing that's bugging you is the money part, do me a favor, okay? Take a half a step forward, type your phone number in the chat box, and put the word free next to it, because you're darn right there's a way to get this for free, okay? Most people, come on. It was just $59.95. Now it's free. There's always a way to do something, right? If you want it bad enough, every single person that's ever come to my workshop has started the same way. They come see it, they say, hey, those things work, I'm going to try it, okay? And then they just say A or B, or in this case, free. So if that's you, right, and you just want to put your foot in the door and say, yeah, I want to get my foot in the door, get started with you guys free, I'm in. I just took the excuse away, okay? Don't let that part of it, right, get in the way. If I can get it to you for free, you're in, fine, all right? Put in a phone number, put the word free next to it, and we'll make it happen. Okay, and with that, I got 30 seconds left on that one. Somebody just asked, can you put up the phone number again? There it is, all right? So at this point, the ball's in your court. I had some fun with you. I know you learned something, so this was fun. You indulged me for a while. I hope you had a good time with it. I have a great time doing this, all right? Now you just need to come hang out with us for a bit. We have a great time around here, all right? Everybody's looking for that thing. Come see if you darn well found it. Give yourself a chance at this, okay? So it's A, B, or free. Another 30 seconds, and it's time for me to go. All right? Awesome the way you did it. Edgar, I got your option B, right? Jacqueline, 210 area code, I got you as a free. Perfect. Tony, just let me know one way or the other, okay, the way that you did it. Kevin, Aaron, I've got you as a free. I've got your numbers here. 602 area code, that's fine. Where is that? Kansas, Nebraska? I recognize that one. There's 787 area code. Perfect the way you did it. All right? All the best to you. Another 10 seconds. Have a great rest of the day. I want to say thank you to the Investor Inspiration people for having me out here today. I hope you guys really had a full day, and your sponge might be a little full, okay? But if you're going to make a decision, let's just have a conversation, okay? If you have a question, let's just have a conversation, all right? Your sponge is a little full, and you want to make a good decision. All right, let's talk through those couple of details together. All right, we'll put the money off to the side until we can cover that with you, because I know you want to take a step forward. All right, all the best to all of you. Have a great rest of the night. Take care.